That's a felony? It's new laws. Stealing is a felony. And this is Orange County. They don't play.
Is California finally waking up? Seriously, is the Golden State actually cracking down on crime? The answer is actually yes. And the downfall of some of these criminals who've been getting away with stealing for so long is absolutely glorious. So the context you need to know is that California voters recently passed something called Proposition 36 by an overwhelming majority, which instituted harsher penalties for things like shoplifting and stealing, when previous ballot initiatives and laws had downplayed them so that they were just misdemeanor offenses under $950 and, frankly, rarely, if ever, punished to the full extent of the law. As a result, shoplifting got out of control in parts of California, and we saw these insane videos of people mass looting stores, and we saw companies leaving the Golden State or leaving certain parts of it in certain cities, which is, of course, what you would expect. But after the ballot initiative and the law being changed, things are changing, at least in some parts of California, and it is a delight to see and a pleasure to watch. Take a listen to some local news coverage.
Operation Ugly Sweater.
The sweater stolen?
Sacramento County Sheriff's deputies in the Organized Retail Theft Unit are undercover this week.
We're watching two businesses
Searching for shoplifters showing up in stores alongside paying shoppers buying gifts for the holidays.
After the passage of Prop 36, we now have the ability with two previous convictions, even if they're misdemeanor convictions, to be able to charge someone with a felony regardless of the dollar amount.
Before Prop 36 went into place Wednesday, suspects arrested for stealing merchandise under $950 only faced a misdemeanor. And it didn't matter how many previous tickets they had, they didn't spend any time in jail and could keep on shoplifting.
Suspects are very open about the fact that they know that theft in the state of California under $950 is a misdemeanor. They have no problem telling us, well, I didn't steal a felony amount. This is day 2 of Prop 36 going into effect.
Now, as deputies prepare for another day of stopping retail theft,
some of them are starting to pick up on the fact that Prop 36 means they're actually going to physically go to jail, so they may try and run a little bit harder.
they have more ammunition to keep repeat offenders out of stores.
Definitely our officers are feeling more empowered. We're feeling like, we're not just, racking up another citation. Our officers feel like what they're doing matters and that they want to do the extra legwork to make sure that we get a good conviction. Have you been arrested for theft before?
Please let me get a citation. Yes, I have. Please.
How many times?
A few times.
Because she's eligible for Prop 36 if you wanted to take her.
Instead of being released with just a ticket, more shoplifters are now headed off to jail.
This is so based and so amazing to see. Because for years now, California, at least large parts of it, have gone soft on crime in ways that aren't actually smart criminal justice reform. I support things like stop punishing the drug war and other stuff, but actually just allowing violent crime and property crimes to often go unpunished, which is one of the most important things the government exists to do in the first place, is protect us from criminals and protect our property from thieves. And now thieves in some parts of California are actually getting what they deserve and being arrested for stealing, because it is a socially destructive behavior, guys. Despite what TikTok might tell you, stealing is not cute, it is not slay queen, it is not harmless, it is social arsenic. It destroys societal trust, where we end up with these stores with everything behind a freaking glass counter because some people can't help themselves from taking things that don't belong to them. And the costs of what you steal, called shrinkage in the business world, are partially passed on to other consumers in your community. The ones who actually obey the law. And when it gets extreme enough, as it has in parts of California, stores can even be forced to close their doors altogether and move out of an area, depriving people in your community of the stores they rely on and the jobs and income that they need. Stealing is not okay. It's not cute. It's not funny. It is toxic, antisocial behavior, and it should be cracked down upon. And I'm so glad to see that happening in California now. And guys, I have to show you this hilarious video that one police department in California made in Orange County, now that they're able to finally crack down on the shoplifters who've been terrorizing their communities. This video is captioned, "Bitch, New Laws," and it has the song, "These Boots Are Made for Walkin'," attached to it, but of course I might have to mute that for copyright purposes. And the Seal Beach police account wrote that this is one of my mother's favorite songs and a friendly reminder that Proposition 36, which increases punishments for some retail theft and drug possession offenses, went into effect Wednesday morning in California. And this was posted about a week ago. The Seal Beach Police Department explains that this undoes some of the changes voters made with a 2014 ballot measure that turned certain nonviolent felonies into misdemeanors, effectively shortening prison sentences and leading to a spike in retail theft and crime. The post continues, "Here in Seal Beach, we never believed in the cite and release program, but this new proposition only strengthens our commitment to combating organized retail theft. Remember, folks, don't steal in Seal."
That's a felony? Bitch, new laws. Stealing is a felony. And this is Orange County, bitch. They don't play. That's why I asked what county is this. That's where I went to jail last year and got on probation for a year for stealing out of Target.
Guys, I'm often critical of police in this country, and I do support different kinds of criminal justice reform. But this, count me in. I think this is amazing, and everybody involved in this video and in these arrests deserves a raise. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. And we'll leave it there for today's episode of the Brad vs. Everyone podcast. Please do make sure you're subscribed if you aren't yet. Do hit that like button before you go, and do comment with your thoughts. I do take the time to read the comments, and I'm always very curious to hear what you guys have to say.